Hey guys, it's Rod again. I'm back out here in the shop. So I've been playing with these arrows, and I just want to make a real quick video showing what I found. And so originally, when I weighed the arrows, I came up with the arrows basically weighing 222 grams. Or grains, I guess. 222 grains. Okay. I had, now these are O3 arrows, and I think they have a guarantee of 2 grains. Now that can be plus or minus. I assume most places are, like if they're 1 grain, if they got a 1 grain tolerance, that's 1 grain minus, 1 grain plus, so you could actually end up with 2 grains. So I think that's kind of what they're getting at. It's, they could be really 1 grain, 2 grain, whatever it is. Okay. So anyways, at the end of the day, I had 2 arrows. One arrow was exactly 1 grain heavier than the lightest arrow I had. 1 grain. And I had one arrow that was almost like, I guess those are tenths, 2/10 of a grain off of being 2 grains heavier than the lightest arrow. So 2 arrows, and according to what they offer you, 2 grains, the one still fits in there, but I only have one that was 2 grains heavy, just about 2 grains, and then one that was exactly 1 grain heavier than the lightest arrow in the batch. Okay. But then at the end of the day, you got to do your math and you got to play around. And now look, if you go into a pro shop and you buy arrows at a pro shop, I have no problems with that. I've done it for years. But if you go in there, they're going to take your arrows. They're going to cut your arrows off. Like with me, they're going to cut 4 inches off the arrow. For one thing, when you go into the pro shop, they're not going to cut 4 inches off your arrow, because you're going to be like, hey, I wanted about a ½ inch in front of my rest. And they're going to be like, oh, no, you can't do that. They want it 4 inches past the end of your bow, into your riser. They at least want it an inch past the end of your riser. I'm telling you, try it. Some of them might do it, but most of them, they're going to, don't want to do that. So anyways, you go in there, they cut the 4 inches off your arrow. They're cutting 4 inches off the front of the arrow. Whack. There you go. Okay. Then they're going to glue your inserts in. Boom. You know what I mean? You're going to buy arrows, pay whatever you pay for them. They're going to cut the arrows. They're going to glue the inserts in, and you're going to be out of there in 20 minutes. Maybe not even 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I mean, really, because they're just, they're in there to make money, and that's what they're going to do, and the arrows are already going to be fletched. Okay, but anyways, I enjoy tinkering with arrows. I enjoy tinkering with just about anything. I enjoy tinkering with bang sticks even. Okay, but, so if you do a little tinkering, you take all their components, and you get you a scale and you weigh them all out. And at the end of the day, when you get done, every arrow that they gave me, or that I bought, came out with all the components added, 288 grains. 288.6, 288.2. That was the spread. Once you figured them all out, 288.9. I had a couple, 128. So I had 288.9, 288.6, 288.2. So I had all the different gambits in there. So what is that then? So that's 7/10. I got them all within 7/10. From the heaviest arrow to the lightest arrow, 7/10 of a grain. Okay? I don't know how you can do much more than that. Let me see if I can show this to you. Can you see that? So on the right, that's what they was, and that's what they are. Once you add your inserts, your sleeves, that's not the knock. Okay? The knocks are 7 grains. The knocks are 6.9 grains. That's every freaking knock. You'll have to hand it to Boning, because they were every one 6.9 grains. And I think they're supposed to be 7 grains. So if you do a little bit of work, and I like doing this work, and I would be glad to do this for somebody for a nominal fee. All these arrows basically weigh exactly the same. I mean, tenths. I think that's tenths. Tenths of a grain of difference. What more can you ask for? And and I said this before, for $159.99. You know what I mean? They're all the same. Now look, I had 2 arrows that and getting back to the cutting of the arrows, I had 2 arrows that didn't spin the best. I had 1 arrow that spun bad, and then one or two that had a little bit of wobble. I cut 2 inches off both ends on my arrows. Except one, I screwed up on one arrow and cut 4 inches off the. Yeah, okay, so sue me. But all the rest of them, I cut 2 inches off the back, 2 inches off the front, and 11 out of the 12, the wobble is gone altogether. They're glass. As MFJJ would say, they're glass. Okay, and I got one that still got a little bit of wobble in it. I got it laid out. I'm going to do a little testing with that one arrow, and we'll see how it flies compared to the rest of them. Here's the one arrow. It is the number 12 arrow. It's the one that had a little bit more wobble than the rest. And it still had a little bit of wobble after I cut the 2 inches. So I would have been better off to just probably cut 4 inches off of whichever end it was. I don't want to be OCD, but I am a little OCD. So, I try to match the decal up as best I can. So there you go. All the arrows weighed the same. I don't know much more that I can do with that. Mamba arrows. There you go. And I'm fletching these arrows with DCA Mini Super Sabers. There you go. Get a good look at them. And they say they weigh 6.1 grains. And I think they're right. I think they weigh 6 point something grains. Let's weigh one here real quick if we can. I weighed them all yesterday, but 6 grains. That one weighs 6 grains. 5.9. 6 grains. Whatever. It's bouncing back and forth between 5.9 and 6. It's locking on 6. So 6.1 is what they advertise with a plus or minus of 1. So there you go. 6 grains. The little AAE hybrids that are basically a blazer. $6.3. Same thing. There you go. Well, we're fletching these up with the Super Sabers. Here they are. The minis. I was gonna show you guys fletching an arrow, but dude, there's you know, how many videos does one guy need to see on fletching an arrow? These fletchings are 4/65ths of an inch, so they're less than a half inch tall and they're 2 inches long. They sell them in 40 and 100 packs. The guy's from Indiana. Don't know if that means anything to you guys, but it does to me. They are manufactured in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And the guy lives in Indy. Doggone it. Can't remember the name of the town in Indy. You know, because whether you know it or not, Indy's got towns. Speedway, Carmel. You know, they got lots of little towns that are all basically Indy. And he lives in one of them. I can't remember. I took my son to a football camp in this little town a few years ago. But yeah, DCA Super Sabers. There they are with the sleeve on them. Regular field points work then. Regular points work. I have never used sleeves. I'm going to try these out. Take the sleeves off, save yourself 15 grains. Every sleeve weighed 15.3 grains, except two, and two of them weighed 15.4. Hey, pretty good, right? All right, guys. I just want to show you that. All the arrows weigh 288. There you go. So, I don't know, you know. I'd give the people a call. I'd order me some arrows if I was you. I'm going to call them up and order me 2 more dozen. I'm going to order another dozen of these, and then I'm going to order another dozen of the 7.2 grains per inch arrow. And I looked at their website, and these arrows are Warthogs. And the on the website, when you look at the name, because you're not going to be able to pronounce the name, they're on the side, somewhere in there, it tells you what the animal is in what, you know, redneck, hillbilly, USA people know how to say. So like Impala, Warthog, you know, it's got what they are wrote on there. So anyways, yeah, have a great day. Build you some arrows.